So World War III is going to kick off. Let's see what we're bringing. Hey guys, what is up? Lefty back here again, and thanks for checking out the video. It's been quite some time, and I'm filming in my office right now just because I don't have a lot of time recently, and I have not posted a video in quite some time. So I thought I'd take this moment, do a quick little video on topic, of course, because everything's going on in the Middle East and all that fun stuff. And first and foremost, two things with this video. One, it's a little bit tongue-in-cheek because honestly I don't think anything's going to come of this besides a little bit of escalation and a little bit of de-escalation. The Middle East is not the cause of World War III, at least in my opinion. Could be wrong. I don't think I am, though. I think a China-Taiwan issue raises a little bit more, issues as opposed to just Iran, because no one gives a fuck about Iran. And second thing is, this video is going to be a little bit of a test bed for me. I'm going to do a long form video with this, in terms of what my go-to-war weapon would be, or my rifle setup, or whatever the hell you want to call it. And then I'm going to do a short form or a short version of this, because I am testing something I'm pretty sure shorts always do better than long form videos for kind of obvious and may not be obvious reasons. So anyway, let's get right into it. Okay, so for those that are fans of the channel, it's really not that big of a surprise for what I've chosen. The setup may be a surprise for people, but the actual rifle, not so much. So what I have chosen is a BCM Mark II kind of gun here with a Aero Precision lower. As you've seen in my previous videos, obviously Aero Precision has a little bit of an issue right now, but back in the day when this was purchased, pretty sweet lowers. Uppers, not so great. But this one is the BCM Mark II. So for people that don't know, it's got this little reinforced section on the upper receiver, and the forward assist and the brass deflector are a little bit different. Namely, the forward assist is actually pushed forward so that my left-handed ass can actually get in there and actually rock the charging handle a lot easier, and it's pretty awesome. I will say that it comes with a little bit of a price premium, not that much. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but I think it's about $100 or so, maybe a little bit more, maybe closer to 200. From what I've done with this, though, I do like the additions, at least, again, for my left-handed ass. In terms of the furniture, I guess, I think the B5, just the basic stock, not with the battery compartments, but I think that's probably one of my favorite ones. It is a little bit wiggly as opposed to other stocks on the market, but usually you can find these for like $40, and I don't know, I think it's awesome for that price. BCM grip, and yeah, that's pretty much it for the furniture. We do have a Blue Force Gear sling. I like that the most, but it's all personal preference, right? And then we have a little bit of the accoutrement, or whatever that Italian word is. We have the Raptor, Radiant Raptor. We have some Magpul flip-up sights, the Gen 3 version, which, kind of a mix between the Pro and the Gen 2 M-Bus things. They're all right. I think we're kind of moving away from iron sights on guns, or if they, you feel like you need them, you don't need to have as robust as they used to be. Namely, you don't need, steel, at least my opinion, especially for my civilian ass, who knows, right? For the optic, I'm rocking a old school Trijicon AccuPower. I know they've changed the name on this a couple times. I think it's the AccuPower. It is the 1-4. For my money at the time, that was pretty much all I was really concerned with. I've kind of gone back and forth on LPDOs as a primary optic system. I do like them for that capability of taking a little bit longer shots, especially with my shitty eyes. It's kind of nice to be able to actually see when I'm trying to hit a little bit better. And from what I've found, the red dot magnifier doesn't really work for me that well. But I do see the merits in that. And honestly, I'm trying to move away from this as a primary, and I don't really know what to go to. But as for right now, this is how it's set up. So for better or worse, that's what I got. I can hit shit with it. I can do close range with it. Just obviously dots and dot magnifiers do work better for most people. Just with my astigmatism, a magnified dot doesn't really work. And at the moment, I've heard EOTechs are better with magnifiers, but yeah, they just kind of kill me for the price that thing is asking, and also the battery life is just kind of a pain in the ass in my opinion. So Probably the most bougie thing on this rifle is the Surefire light. Let me drop it down here. This is the 2-cell, like, I don't know, 1,000 lumen, 100,000 candela, fucking Surefire Scout Pro, whatever the hell. It's got the new mounting system, which I actually think is pretty baller. But this is like the most powerful hot spot flood light that Surefire has right now. It is probably the sickest light. But at the end of the day, I think this thing's about $400 or $3 something. I got it when it was on sale for about $2 something. You know, quick review. It's a light and it does light things. You can see in the dark with it. It's pretty sweet. Is it worth $400? Not for me, but you know, it is the way it is. But I do have it mounted on the same side as my hand. So if I need to activate the light, I'm just doing the simple push button thing. I know a lot of people like the Surefire pads or what have you, but from what I've seen, it degrades the light, and you're spending 400 some bucks on a light. I want all the lumens that it comes with, you know, because I don't really want to pay for something that I'm going to instantly degrade the performance by just adding an accessory, when honestly, just the push button thing works pretty well. Can't even see that thing flash. And then obviously they have the other ones that are, oh God, I'm blanking on it. The other tail caps with like the USB fucking thing on it or whatever. I don't know about that, but yeah. I'm not really into beta testing for that company or any company for that matter. When again, this works pretty well. And before anybody says, you know, hey, this looks pretty clean, besides maybe the muzzle device a little bit. Yeah, correct. I've only shot about maybe 1,000 rounds through this. Not much at all. Probably even less than that. Probably closer to like 500, honestly. I have a couple of beater guns that are very close to this. Not exactly, different muzzle devices and stuff like that, different optic. But basically a 14.5 mid-length gas system, BCM, same buffer weight and all that stuff, but it's with a red dot. And those are the guns that I use for training. This gun stays as nice and as clean as possible in the case of, you know, whatever needs to happen with it. So that's kind of my personal opinion. And I think honestly nowadays, you know, these videos are always kind of fun. I think back in the day, everyone was having a little bit of a, you know, wanted to differentiate themselves, you know, like, hey, what do you got, man? Oh, I got this old fucking FAL, I got a Galil, I got an AK, I got an AR. Pretty much everybody nowadays is just choosing an AR, especially after the war in Ukraine and, you know, AK prices taking off into, you know, the motherland kind of shit. They've basically, at least in my opinion, been eroded from a, like, logistics and just, you know, a sensible option for like a go-to-war weapon. Not the greatest in my opinion. And actually a real quick story on that, I actually sold one of my AKs that I had. And I actually got a pretty penny for it, so I'm fine with that. So I do have one left and trying to sell off some ammo a little bit. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my setup. If you guys have anything to say, critiques, or whatever the hell you guys want to do, drop it in the comments. Yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to here. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I will say the lower, at least for me personally, especially because I kind of glossed over a few things. Forward controls definitely makes the best ambi-mag release on the market, at least right now. I do have the Radian Talon things. They do safety stuff. The trigger is still, in my opinion, the best trigger on the market, which is the LaRue MBTS 2TS, or whatever the hell it is. It's the 2-stage, like 4.5 pound trigger. It's very nice, especially for the price. They've gone up a little bit. I bought them back in the day when I think they were like $90. Now they're like closer to 115, 120, something like that, but still an awesome option. And I think if you bulk buy them, you know, you have a couple of rifles, you can get them a little bit cheaper, back to the $90 price. But anyway, that is pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have anything to leave in the comments, like I say, drop them in there. If you want to support the channel, I do have a couple of links down below. But other than that, be good.